Hello there, my crypto friends. This here's Bulldog Rod, and over here to my left is my good buddy, Papa Ron.
Hey, Rod.
Hey, Ron, it's good seeing you, brother. We ain't
Good
talked
to
in a
be here.
long time.
Yeah, since this morning, maybe, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I hear on the way home we were talking a little bit, and you said you was talking a little bit about this Hobbit coin. I mean,
Huobi
Hobbit exchange.
Exchange. Huobi
Exchange.
Exchange.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we all deal with exchanges in our crypto lives, and I came across an article and I thought, oh, now this is pretty interesting. So I thought we ought to talk about this exchange. It's called Huobi.pro. That's their webpage. But before we get into that article a little bit, Rod, I mean, I got thinking before we got on about exchanges and what's
Yeah.
important when we look for one. What do you think? What's your
Well,
ideas?
that's a good question, and I think for me, Ron, I think it's the security end of it. You definitely don't want to lose any of your coins that you buy and purchase.
Hmm.
So I think that a two FA that
Two-factor authenticator.
two
Hmm.
factor authenticator is very
Not all
important.
exchanges have that.
No, they don't. But you're saying this Hobie does?
Huobi does have that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
cool. And I also like speed because I know there's been several times on some of the exchanges that we bought stuff that we're going to buy something in Bitcoin, and so we have to wait sometimes an hour before we get the Bitcoin authorization set up, and by then in an hour, whatever coin we're trying to buy with the Bitcoin's gone up, and so we
Yeah.
lost money. it's frustrating.
So yeah, if you have a secure exchange, you can keep Bitcoin on it and not worry about losing it.
That's true.
Not that we recommend. We still recommend most of your coins and tokens need to be on off-site wallets. But while it is sitting there, you want it secure. And you're
Yes.
right. You want an exchange that's going to deal with this. Now, Bitcoin True is slow anyway because of how their blockchain works and all that.
That's
We've
right.
talked about that before. But some of these exchanges do approve them a lot quicker than other ones. I have some other
Yeah.
ones that are terrible. And a couple things I think about too, Rod, are like fees. And
Oh, that's a
Hobie,
good.
they're 0.2%, so
Wow.
they're cheaper than a lot of them, and they have a fee chart on their website, so you can see what the fee is for whatever coin you're dealing with.
See exactly what it is, huh?
And fees to me have become important. They used to not be, but let me tell you, I just bought some more XEM a couple weeks ago. I bought just 50 is all. I had some Bitcoin, so I'm going to put it into XEM. Well, I wanted to send it over to my wallet. They
Yeah.
wanted to charge me 20
Oh,
XEMs to send the 50 out, so I'd
you
only get
gotta be
30.
kidding.
Well, guess what? That XEM's still on the exchange. I was
I
fit to be
would be.
tied.
I would have been too.
So fees have become important to me, and also support tickets. If you do have an issue, and we had an issue or two with a couple of them,
Yeah.
you want to be able to get answers and support. Well, at Hobie, their support system is 24/7.
Hey,
They
I want to tell you
always
something. I did one-on-one exchange. It took them like 2 weeks before they got back to me.
respond to
Two
you.
freaking weeks.
Yeah. And folks, we know with the influx of people getting into crypto that you need a portfolio that you can work with. You need more
Yeah.
than one exchange. If that
Yeah.
exchange, just like Rod says, if it hinders you, ties up your coins or tokens, or shuts you off temporarily for some reason, or they go down, you've got to have other exchanges you can work with.
That's right.
So as I got studying this Hobie, we felt we ought to share some of this information. Hobie's a good one to sign up on. So with that, let me show you a couple things I found, Rod.
Okay, let's see them.
Well, here's the article first.
Okay.
And it talks about China's largest Bitcoin exchange heads to Japan and South Korea with major bank deal. So I
Oh,
thought, well, bank deal, what's that about? So I read it, and interesting enough, they claim that 40% of all crypto trade right now I hope I'm not misquoting that, is either all Bitcoin or all crypto. 40% is contained within China and South Korea. They have
and Japan. You know,
is that what I said? Oh, not China. You're right. Japan and South Korea.
You know that's true, because we did a report on that several weeks ago.
Yes,
about them being 40%. That's
yeah,
right.
It's huge.
You're right.
So, SBI is the financial institution that went in with Huobi to get these exchanges opened in Japan. And I think they're starting with 2 and 1 over in South Korea. Ooh. And they actually bought into the deal. The article talks about where they bought in a certain percentage in Japan and a certain percentage in Korea. Well, to me, that does a couple things. One is they have, not only are they the biggest anyway, and used to be in China, but they have financial clout to back up any problems that they might or customers might have. They have enough backing. Yeah. And 2, it tells me that SBI, the biggest financial institution in Japan, is interested in crypto. So what does that tell you? Crypto is still going up, folks.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to have these big boys get involved if this thing is going to pop. And anyway, so the article was good. I was happy to read all that stuff. So I went over to...
Can I mention something?
I'm kind of busy, but yeah, go ahead.
You're funny, Ron. Anyway, I was thinking that, not only if, we've had server problems with a lot of these other exchanges, where they block us out, we can't buy or sell different coins and that. But if Huobi is already one of the biggest in China, and yet they're expanding in Japan and South Korea, does that mean they're going to add more servers to that to be easier to buy stuff or sell stuff?
This is a great point you're making, because the influx of people coming into this. Now, we looked at Bitstamp the other day, and they're in Europe, London or England area. I think they said they had 100,000 people a day signing up to use that exchange. As more people come into here, this is why these exchanges have had these problems. They can't keep up with the influx. So your point is valid, because let's say a new coin comes on or a price drops and everybody floods in to get it. My heck, you got to have an exchange big enough to handle the volume.
That's right.
Huobi seems to be one of those.
It does.
So I'm glad you brought that up. Thanks.
Yeah.
I went over to CoinMarketCap, not to look at their coins and tokens, but I wanted to look at their exchanges. And they do an exchange rating, too, by volume. Yeah. And they list them by volume. And number 6 is Huobi. And they're even ahead of Bittrex, believe it or not.
Wow.
As far as 24-hour volume, that's what these charts are showing. And you can click the view more here and see the whole list of all their coins and what percentage. For example, right now, EOS is 14% of all their trades in the last 24 hours. iOS token is 12%, and Bitcoin is 11%. Now, folks, if you go through most of these, you're going to see Bitcoin and Ethereum is number 1 and 2. So I got looking at that, I thought, well, now that's interesting, Rod. EOS? First of all, EOS, we have a position in EOS.
Yeah, we do.
But those in Japan and South Korea are buying more EOS than they're buying Bitcoin. And we know Bitcoin is the number 1 coin in Japan. It's one of their national currencies.
Yeah.
And then I'm embarrassed to say, but I'd never even heard of this iOS token.
Yeah, well, I think I looked it up the other day, and yesterday I think it was, and I think it's only been about 7 days or less.
So they're brand new.
They're brand new, yeah. Look at that. They're number 2 on their exchange.
12% of their trades in iOS token.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Well, that's exactly my point. It makes me think, wait a minute, if I'm using Huobi, it's going to tell me, these charts, what crypto is popular in Japan and South Korea. If they have 40% of the trades, I want to pay attention to what those people are trading on, because they're going to control part of the volume. and also whether a coin becomes popular or not.
Right.
So here, if you got iOS token trading at 4 cents right now, well, heck, I might want to jump in on that. And I would have never even found it unless I was looking at this exchange. Anyway,
tell me about it. Yeah.
Long story short, that's kind of what I'd found there. Folks, here's their exchange homepage. I want to go through a few things on here too, Rod. I'm not trying to bore you, but they have some cool features.
It's important. Yeah.
They have they just took on Link Eye. They have a 2 million promotional thing going on. Here's a promotion. I think this is with Red Pulse. No, this is with This is the token we're just talking about.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it is.
So maybe we got to get on there and buy a bunch of these so we have a chance to get this Ferrari.
Ferrari. Yeah.
I could be up to your place in a matter of minutes then.
Yeah. And then you could take my car back and then I'd be down to your place.
Whatever.
I figured that was coming.
I'm afraid the insurance rates on you would be more than the car cost. So anyway, folks, they're doing some things. They have chain link. Here's another thing, Rod. I know I'm all over the board, but let me tell you what I did also. I went to CoinMarketCap. Everything's in the green right now. It's all looking good.
Yes, it is.
And I went down and in the top 100 coins, I wanted to pick out the six coins that have 5 or 6 that have gone the most up. For example, EOS, when I looked at it, it was up 30%. So that's what caught my attention on this. Is, well, what other coins are up 30%? So I scrolled down and I wrote down 6 coins that were all about 28 to 32% increase out of the top 100. Guess what? 5 of those 6 are traded on Huobi.
Oh, that's interesting.
So again,
a lot of that's doing over in the Asian market.
Again, it told me there's coins that we ought to be looking at because of that. So anyway, I know it might not be valid for you folks, but I thought that was interesting, just how that kind of worked out. So here's their webpage. It's Huobi.pro. They only trade in 3 things: US dollar, Tether, and this is the pairs they have. Then the next section is Bitcoin, and all this is on their front page, and then Ethereum. 3 is the only trades they have going right now, the only pairs. So if you go to the exchange, you can pick right up here what pair you want to look at. So right now it's on Bitcoin. Can you see it right there?
I do.
And let's, for example, go to XRP, Ripple, since it's right at the top there. So here's XRP and Bitcoin. Now, first of all, I fell in love with their charts, Rod. I mean, check this out. This is just like a professional charting. You can zoom in up on this and see exactly what's going on volume-wise.
That is impressive.
Yeah, we have it set right now at 15 minutes, folks, but you can change this to anything. And all these coins are charts is like this. You don't got to buy and pay a monthly fee for one of these expensive charting outfits. It's right here on Huobi. They also have the depth charts down here, if you're into that. You can kind of see what the action is. Right now on XRP, they have a lot more sales going on than buys. And here's another cool feature, Rod. Here's the current price, or the one that's at the top. So as I put in the amount I want to buy, let's say I want to buy 100, it'll tell me right here exactly how much Bitcoins that's going to cost me. So the more you increase that, the more that changes and fills you in on the Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like that feature.
I do, too.
It's kind of cool. So the exchange is simple to work, folks. They keep on the side here too, the main coins and up or down and all that. Just easy to use. They have this lab thing, Huobi Labs, and they actually assist some of these up-and-coming ICOs prior to being ICO, prior to them going on the market. And here's what they offer them. They have an application here they can fill out. They have 4 years of secured network and stable infrastructure. Huobi's been around at least 4 years.
Yeah.
So they have a good crew, great developers probably, or not developers, but a support system. So that's one interesting thing they do.
Yes, it is. They help the community grow,
Yeah.
the crypto community. Yeah.
They have a margin, and I know a lot of traders like to use that, but I think right now in the US, when I get in there, the notice always comes up, margin is currently not supported in your country or region.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, that's good to know.
well, but it might be forthcoming. I don't know. I haven't read either way. The
Yeah.
balances are easy to use, folks. They have their deposit and withdraw. It's all real simple to see. You can pull up your address real quick here on the coin you're looking at doing. Kind of cool. They have this loan thing, and I don't think this applies to the United States. It might in other countries, but I think when they were in China, as I understand it, and I might be wrong, but I think you could borrow against your Bitcoin and stuff and reinvest that into other tokens if you want to play the margin game, or maybe even on the stock exchange, I believe, back there in China. But it's an interesting feature. I don't have any use for it at this point, but it might. I just need to study it more, I guess.
Yeah.
Easy to use. What were you saying, Rod?
I think that's kind of cool. It'd be easy to, and do we have this exchange set up? Don't we, Ron?
We do.
And show me how you set it up.
Glad you mentioned that. Folks, when you go to sign up, it went right over my head. Here's the page you're going to see. They just want to know what country you're from. Put your email address in there, and then have them send you a email confirmation code. So then you're going to go over to your email, get that code, come back, put it in, come up with your password, agree to the terms, and sign up. It's just that simple. Yeah. And then once the second page you'll see once you're in there is this. It'll have your account, your password, and then you got to slide this thing across. And I think all that does is verify your IP address. It's probably just another.
When you say slide this thing across, that's this little square box over the check, right?
This box will be on this side. Yeah, it won't be checked yet.
Oh, okay, I see.
That green won't be on there.
Okay.
It's just another layer of security by checking your IP address, making sure it's you who are using it.
Yeah.
So you log in, and then you can go over and do all those fun things we were showing you.
Oh, cool.
Another thing I spent some time today on, Rod, was Reddit. I went to Huobi.pro Reddit. Huh? They're proactive in signing up other things. I mean, they've got some things in the works. They're always on top of the new coins that are coming out.
Well, we can tell that through that ISO token. Nobody else has it.
Yeah. And then to get a promotion like with Red Pulse to give away a Ferrari,
I mean,
that says a lot too.
I think I'm going to get me a Red Pulse just so I can get the Safari. Or Ferrari, or whatever it is.
We know what you're saying. Folks, it's worth checking out. You need more than one exchange. This is definitely one that you want to get involved with. There's been, and this one's not new, like I said, but there's been new ones that have started off small and they've gotten real popular. And the things we talked about being simple to use and secure with your money, that's what makes them popular. And this is one. So check it out.
Yeah, please do. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, and God bless.